Since Secretary Posner, thanks for your time first. It looks like the Middle East is the highlight of the 2011 report, Human Rights Report. How do you view the region and the situation of human rights in the Middle East?
Well, as you know, we report on every country in the world, but so much went on in 2011 in the Middle East that it gets a lot of attention. The situation is obviously different in every country. It's fluid, it's dynamic, it's changing very quickly. And I think what we've said is change doesn't happen in a linear, straight path. It happens in different ways, and you can't always predict what's going to happen next. We're obviously watching with great interest the Egyptian elections, and hopefully this summer a transition to a civilian government. But there are many, many challenges there. There are many challenges in places like Libya, where you had a government that was basically flat on its back with no institutions trying to build up. There's some forward movement in a place like Tunisia, where there is a constitution being written and a structure being put in place. But we have grave challenges in Syria, where the violence continues unabated, and where we still are calling for Assad to go.
Some in the Middle East are criticizing the United States since it has a double standard in dealing with the human rights in the Middle East. The way that you are dealing the human rights in Bahrain is different than the way that you've dealt with in Libya, and different than the way that you are dealing with in Syria. What can you say?
I don't accept that. I've actually been to Bahrain 4 or 5 times. We have been very forthcoming in raising our ongoing concerns about the growing polarization of the society, the daily demonstrations, the violence, both by the demonstrators and the excessive use of force by the police, by the riot police, use of tear gas and the like. We're very concerned about the trend there, which is becoming more divided, more polarized. There needs to be a way forward that people begin to talk and reconcile their differences. So we're very straightforward about it, but we also say we have a security relationship in the region, and Bahrain is important to us for that. We can do both, but the standard is the same. Universal Declaration of Human Rights, universal standard. We apply the same standard to every country, including ourselves.
Are you worried that the Islamists will get the power in Egypt or in Tunisia or somewhere else, and then the human rights will be more threatened in the future?
The decisions about who leads, runs a country are for the people that live in that country. We don't pick winners and losers. What we've said is that we want to support and stand by people who share our democratic aspirations for peaceful transitions, for empowering women, for making sure that religious and other minorities' rights are protected. So we're eager to work with all of those who share those basic premises, including the Muslim Brothers in Egypt or others with whom we're discussing these issues on a regular basis.
What role technology has played in the uprisings in the Middle East, do you think?
Well, we've always said that machines don't create revolutions or change, people do. But there's no question that the new technology, the ability to tweet or to get on a cell phone, has created new opportunities for people to communicate with each other within a society and communicate with others in the world. It's accelerated the pace of change, and it's empowered civil society and democratic forces to be more effective in the way they communicate and act.
Finally, on Syria, do you consider that the regime is committing crimes against humanity or genocide, or what do you consider what's going on?
Well, we've said that there are a consistent pattern of gross violations being committed by the Assad regime. 10,000 people have died. Overwhelming majority are people who were peaceful protesters standing on the street and shot down. We've condemned those acts. We've called for Assad to go.
But what do you consider them? Crimes against humanity, genocide, or?
The terms, I think, are less important. They're clearly gross human rights violations that are unacceptable, and we've been clear that we need to be doing a range of things to strengthen the opposition, to increase the diplomatic and political pressure on Assad, and that Assad needs to go.
Thank you so much.